Not gonna lie, I had no idea this was a thing until recently. Turns out there's been talks about the productions of a Subway Surfer animated series since at least last year. So I guess it's fair for me to also share my thoughts on the mobile game. To be honest, I don't have much experience with it. Back when the game was at its peak in popularity, I had a mobile phone that would cough blood every time I would install that game. It was too heavy for my phone and the performance would significantly slow down. Now, I did know close people who had the game and I've played it several times and I didn't really like it. Then again, I'm not the biggest fan of mobile games, and to be honest, I kind of resent their popularity because it encourages game companies to develop cheaply made games, since a lot of them are free and they make back their money via microtransactions and online ads. What's worse is that a lot of these games blatantly copy the mechanics of already popular games. Call me old-fashioned, but I think I'm happier with games that you have to actually pay for them as a result of decent investment in the resources for the making of the game. And as a result, we get something pretty cool being released for the most powerful game platforms. Are there mobile games I like? Maybe. I mean, I kind of like Memory Defrag, even though the gameplay is kind of annoying at times. And I guess I also like Ski Safari 2's soundtrack. So what are my thoughts on the short for the Subway Surfers animated series that was recently released? Well, the impression it gave me was that it's meant to be rad. The way the dialogue is written, the way the voice actors speak, especially the male characters, and the way the characters are dressed just gave me some we are rad and edgy vibes. Even when you observe their actions, Tricky's entire character revolved around trying to find the courage to refuse her mother's ballet proposal, as she instead wants to skateboard like a real street kid. Or how about Jake's attempt to pull off a pretty dangerous stunt like a real street kid would do, also because he wanted to win a bet. Yutani mostly talked about science and nerd stuff. She's pretty much the only one who isn't super rad. Now you're probably thinking that I hate how this is trying too hard to be cool, and it kind of is, but at the same time, I'm not that anti-rad. I mean, if a cartoon solely relies on the audience finding their coolness to be appealing, and they either fail at portraying coolness properly because they're a bunch of corporate old farts, or because the cartoon doesn't have anything else to offer beyond that, then yes, I'll definitely have my gripes with it. Now, with this short, I get the feeling that they're not really trying to be the trendy type of cool with cringy and soon to be, if not already outdated lingo and habits. They're just trying to replicate the type of 90s to 2000s skateboard themed edginess. Just look at the graffiti and old junky trailers in the background. Now, do I like what they're doing? Not necessarily. I wasn't amused by the character interactions and their individual personalities, and I didn't witness any charming and entertaining chemistry between them. Maybe they'll grow on me once they start airing in late 2019? I have to wait this long? In regards to the animation, I do like what they did with the sun reflection. I like the areas they chose to add the sun reflecting shading and several spots scattered in the background where the sun hits more, given the high altitude infrastructures blocking the remaining spots. Even though we only witnessed one set, it has at least some personality to it. I'm fine with the character designs. I've always found the ones from the game to be pretty gross and kind of ugly, but here they're pretty competently drawn and they translated them fairly well to 2D. Now here's where I kind of get salty, and it's something I tend to see a lot whenever I watch cartoons with, well, let's be nice and say cost efficient animation. The puppet rig animation looks obvious and not very well refined. I mean, it's miles better than some of the rigging I've seen in animation videos on YouTube, but the fact that it reminded me of the first ever pilot of Gravity Falls, which, let's be honest, it looks way cheaper than the show, made me raise my eyebrows a little bit. The last thing I want to talk about is something big and mysterious that's hinted in the last minute of the short, which I guess means this will be somewhat of an adventurous animated series. Am I excited for it? Kind of not. Who knows, maybe I'll watch it when I'm bored, or at least if the future promos grab my attention. Do I recommend this short? For curiosity's sake, yes. It's less than 5 minutes long and it's free on YouTube. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye for now.